The archers. And the compound mixed team between Zimbabwe and Nigeria. On the first target, Zimbabwe, Bartrosa Iona and Stili Jess. On the target 2, Nigeria, Inyemi Larry and Oyeki Saint-Emmanuel. On the line judges, Hosam Abdel Fattah from Algeria.
So Zimbabwe take on Nigeria for the compound mixed team gold medal here at the 2023 African Championships. It will be Zimbabwe to shoot first. Iona Bartosz and Jessie still lining up for them. And for Nigeria, it's Larry Ayeni and Emmanuel Oyelekele. So 50-year-old Iona Bartosz getting things underway. Oh, has that clipped the line? Well, both those first two shots from Zimbabwe ate into their time quite a bit. They almost looked like they weren't quite ready. Emmanuel Oleke. Shoot the first arrow for Nigeria. And that's drifted out to the left. '22 African Championships Team Silver for Larry Ayeni. And she's missed up.
Could see her losing some tension right there in the end.
Seven. Eight. Nine.
Right, let's see if Ayeni... Well...
An issue with the timing?
I think it must be an issue with the time because it certainly felt like they had plenty of time. Well,
everybody looking perplexed, looking at the DOS, wondering what's going on.
DOS, for those that don't know, Director of Shooting, the person in charge of the officials at an archery competition. Well, they're going to have to reset the clocks in some way, shape or form. But funnily enough, Bernardo, that was going to be the thing that I was going to talk about in between the sets. It just looked to me, it felt to me like Bartosz and Steele for Zimbabwe ate a lot into their time, and it meant that they were getting, once they'd started their process of drawing, they were getting through that very, very quickly. Yes, a miss from Nigeria, but my fear looking forwards is that if Zimbabwe continue at this pace, they may well run out of time for their final arrow in one of these ends.
Yeah, but it's funny. Joanna, she, as you pointed out, she had like a very fast first shot, and we were wondering whether it was just the nerves or something. But her second shot was just like that. So maybe it's the way she shoots. I don't know. It's quite unlikely to see this in compound because, as I was mentioning in the previous match about the let-off, like it's quite light when you are in anchor position, and it gives you a very comfortable situation to be aiming and really take your time to finish the shot. And but I'm still curious about what's going to happen here. Did they run out of time or no? It was a problem with the timing system. I'm a bit confused here about what's going on.
It certainly looks like it's been measured as a miss for the final shot. So it does indeed look like it was the Nigerians who ran out of time and have only shot 2 arrows in the first end. That gives Zimbabwe one heck of a lead here. 33 playing 17. Well, that has been confirmed. 33 plays 17. Nigeria with 2 arrows not registering. One of an actual miss and one on time. So Emmanuel Oleki gets things moving pretty quickly at the start of the second end.
Six. Nine. Ten.
And now we can even hear the wind. It's being it's playing a bigger factor than we thought in the beginning. And we can even see how the arrows land on the target, like with the vanes and the knock more to the side. The wind clearly drifting the arrow quite a lot here.
Five, maybe six. Nine. Eight.
Well, we've got a provisional 69 on the board for Zimbabwe, 44 for Nigeria.
So we are waiting for the official scoring of the second end of this match.
That 44 could get pushed up to a 45 because the last arrow was marked as a 5 for a measure for Nigeria. But this is some difference. And Bernardo, when you look at the ranking round, Zimbabwe shot a 1-2-65, a 12-65 to Nigeria's 10-18. Is that really a measure of the difference between the teams? It certainly looks that way.
Yeah, definitely. And the biggest difference was Ayeni's score. And she struggled much more in the qualification round, and we're seeing her struggling here as well. I think I don't see anybody quite comfortable in this match. We see archers, everybody walking off the line with just a tense faces or just looking down. I think nobody is really feeling comfortable, but we just see Nigeria struggling more. Oyoleke, the Nigeria man, I see a lot of head movement while at anchor. It's definitely not something you want to be doing while performing your shot. I just see some technical aspects that they show that they're struggling a bit more than Team Zimbabwe, and we saw this difference in the qualification score.
Yeah, and just to add to the pressure, you touched on it. The wind has definitely picked up here, hasn't it? I mean, you can see Oyeleki's flag on his quiver is blowing around all over the place.
Yeah, definitely a factor here. And if you are already struggling with some technical aspect in your shot, the wind just makes it so much harder. And the pressure of being in the venue with the spectators and the cameras and everything. And it's something they have to zone out.
Start of the third then. And that wind clearly playing its part here. Might have just cut the line for the 7 there for Oyeleki.
Five,
17 points from a possible 50 for Ayeni. 2 misses in the first, denting her stats.
nine, 10. Eight, maybe 9.
The interesting thing we can see here, another detail, is that in compound mixed team, we have 2 targets for each team, and we see Team Nigeria opting for each archer having their own target, if we can put it that way. But the teams are free to do whatever they want. They can shoot 1 arrow archer on one target, and then in the next sequence, 1 arrow each on the other one. But Team Nigeria opting for each archer kind of owning their own target, but it's really your choice. You just do whatever you feel more comfortable.
Well, just to add to the drama, Bernardo, on the official scoreboard, there's currently a miss down for Zimbabwe's last arrow.
And it's been corrected just now. I think they're listening to us.
we are waiting for the official scoring after the third end of this match.
Well, provisionally, it's 105 for Zimbabwe, 71 for Nigeria, with just one end to go. This is looking particularly tricky now for Nigeria. And it's all down to that very first end, isn't it? Two misses from Larai Ayeni.
Yeah, that was the big dent in their performance. I think they're not quite matching Zimbabwe all throughout, but you know, to start like that, you just make your opponent so much more comfortable. Everybody's coming with lots of nerves into a gold medal match in a venue like this, but then when you start with such a performance, you just make your opponent so much more comfortable, and and then from then on, Team Zimbabwe just had to focus on their own thing. Yeah, Team Nigeria, I think they should just focus on their own arrows, just try to finish strong, just to walk away feeling a little bit more comfortable about the upcoming competitions, and to go back home and work hard, because they're already doing a great job to be here fighting for a gold medal. It's no small feat, and yeah, they should definitely just draw from this to keep going stronger in the future.
For Zimbabwe, 105. For Nigeria, 71.
Trailing by 34 points, Nigeria come into this final end. And as Bernardo Oliveira, our expert analyst, suggests, they just need to focus on finishing strongly and walking away with some pride here. Emmanuel Oyeleki will shoot first in his pairing with Larai Ayeni, and that's drifted off way to the left.
And another bow geek observation is the sight by Joanna. Her sight is quite unusual, with the rail in which you move the sight up and down being rather close to the bow than on the extremity, as we see in all the other bows in this matches. For example, in Jesse Steele's bow, we can see the rail more outward, far away from the bow, while Joanna's is closer to her bow. It's an unusual setup, but works just the same.
That will give him some comfort.
Oh, she has to put the arrow back in the quiver. She's getting yellow cards. You're not allowed to get into the shooting line with your arrow out of the quiver.
Come on. Let's finish this off with an arrow. It was a really quick shot. She knew time was out, and it's been marked as a miss. We didn't get to see the target, but that was so fast due to that technical infringement. They can finish with some comfort here. Jesse Steele to finish off this gold medal winning performance for the African title.
8.
And that will do it. A 137 to 94 victory for Zimbabwe. They will, of course, go and check the targets, but a dominant performance. Nigeria's attempt at trying to get this gold medal dented very, very early on, and they just could not recover. Zimbabwe, the better team in the compound mixed team competition, and they are the African champions of 2023.
And before they walk away, I guess we have to mention Emmanuel Oyeleke's hairstyle, right, Karim? I think that's really stylish. I really like that.
He certainly brought something to the party with that hairdo. Of course, they will get the silver medal. Nigeria.
Congratulations to the Zimbabwe team for the gold medal with 137 points. And congratulations to Nigeria for the silver team with 94.
A confirmation there that Diana Bartosz and Jessie Steele of Zimbabwe are the compound mixed team African champions of 2023. Silver going to Nigeria's Larai Ayeni and Emmanuel Oleke. One-sided affair for the mixed team competition in the final, with Zimbabwe taking gold.